lot of new and exciting things have been announced during the live stream for Genshin Impact, and these are the top 5 new features coming with 1.4 update. Just when you thought we're done celebrating Lantern Rites, a new festival is on the horizon, and this time around, it's going to be happening in Mondstadt, and unlike the one we had in Liyue, there's definitely a lot more things to do. Now, the activities will range from minigames to new and exciting challenge modes that will not only test your team's composition and power, but it will also judge you in other things as well. And the first to cover would be the various types of minigames, ranging from shooting balloons, to gliding, to even playing a rhythm game. But what's a minigame without its own set of challenges, and completing them all will get you more rewards, and maybe help us break out from the usual routines we're used to. And all of this is going to pay off, because we're getting our next free 4-star weapon, which is going to be a bow, that we will also be able to max refine it. So just like with the Festering Desire Sword from 1.2 update, if the weapon proves to be just as strong as the one from Dragonspine, one of your lucky archers are going to love this bow. And just like with previous update, we're probably going to see some visual changes in the city itself, since the citizens are celebrating the Windbloom Festival, and among those festivities, there's going to be some serious challenges involved. One of which is going to be a special Hilly Churl arena where you're going to enter into a fight that's similar to the Spiral Abyss, except you can select a difficulty that gives out better rewards the harder it is. But that we're most excited about is the Peculiar Wonderland, where you will be able to enter into a series of challenges that are very similar to something like the Fall Guys video game, where you will need to jump, avoid, and navigate your way through, and you can't help but agree this is probably one of the cooler things miHoYo has come up with since the game's launch. However, the crowning achievement of this festival is going to be more or less a friendship simulator with 4 of the featured characters, and there's not much info regarding this activity, but obviously, there's no doubt we're going on a date with Benny's adventure team. Even though the festival itself is pretty massive, we're going to be getting a new boss fight and an entire event dedicated to it, which is going to be based on Rosaria, who is the current Hydro world boss in the game. And one of the things you will be doing in this event will be scouting for Hydro creatures and then capturing them, and one of the rewards includes a new, extremely cute pet companion you can redeem, so this is probably a confirmation that occurrence of new cosmetic pets is going to be a regular thing in the game. But of course, the biggest thing here is the new boss fight, which surprisingly finally lets us fight the annoying Rosaria herself, since it's no secret, this is one of the most horrible bosses to go up against because of its relentless Hydro creatures it spawns. So we're finally going to exact a revenge for all those times that Bubble Explosion knocked out so many of our characters. And what's interesting is that while it does cost resin to fight this new boss, there's also some sort of new currency that's probably tied to this event, which you will be able to use to enter into the fight. One of the most highly anticipated characters has been finally confirmed for 1.4 update, and Rosaria will be coming to extract your sinful confessions. And it looks like that not only she's a scary nun with a polearm, but some of her abilities are also something we haven't seen yet in the game. Now for her elemental skill, it looks like it's going to be a mobility talent that allows her to quickly appear behind your opponent's back, followed by a white slash of what's assumed to be cryo damage, which is actually a pretty cool thing to have, because some enemies like Whopper Flowers are really annoying to deal with once they enter their shooting mode, so hopefully this means we can start utilizing enemies facing to our advantage, so that pests like Whopper Flowers will spend the next second turning around to our character. And as for Rosaria's burst attack, a massive cryosphere will descend from the sky and will remain on the battlefield, damaging nearby enemies from its pulsating attack. Now it's interesting to see if this talent will have more to it than just simply damage, and maybe it will work like Zhongli's pillars, where you can resonate with other structures or provide some other type of bonuses. Either way, any Electro, Pyro, or Hydro character is going to be happy to have this on the battlefield and take advantage of the elemental reactions it will allow you to cause. But probably the question on everyone's mind is whether or not Rosaria is going to be capable enough to act as your main damage dealer, since there's already the Dragon Spine Spear, which seems to be tailor-made for her specifically, and the substat would imply that she might just be your next physical damage dealer, not to mention she is cryo, which means she only needs an Electro teammate to capitalize on Superconduct. And let's not forget the most crucial part, where she is only a 4-star character, which means it's not going to be difficult to obtain more of her constellations, and that usually means the more copies of the same character, the more likely you can turn them into your main damage dealer, especially if they're going to have some sort of ridiculous power gain from last constellation. Now while Rosaria is the new addition to the game, we're going to see the return of 2 characters we're already familiar with, and it's going to be Venti together with Child. Not only that, but we're also going to be getting new weapons, which includes a 5-star bow and new 4-star sword, catalyst, and bow. And honestly, Honestly, this seems like a very interesting choice miHoYo went for, without introducing any new 5-star characters, but judging from the way they have behaved with Hu Tao, it's entirely possible they will sneakily introduce a new character either somewhere in the middle or end of the update. But of course, the highlight of these banners is Venti, and if you're struggling with Spiral Abyss, he is probably the best choice no matter what other featured 4-star characters will be, since he's an insane powerhouse of a character, but obviously, there's not much challenging content in the game, even if he does make things easier for players. So with the new characters announced, the only question remains what type of banners we should expect to see, but at least knowing some of this information, a lot of us can use this as rough estimation on who we should summon, but no matter what happens, things are looking very exciting for 1.4. There's going to be new and super cool boss players will be able to go up against, and not only that, but Dainsleif is also making a return in the main story, where he will further explore the special secret behind the Spiral Abyss. And one insane thing about this new boss is that you can see that there's a Hydro symbol highlighted out of all the ones that are presented, so you can probably expect to see more than just Hydro version of this very stylish boss. It's not clear what rewards we will get for fighting him, and whether if he's going to be a recurring thing, like the other 3 weekly bosses, but no matter what happens, we finally have a new foe we can go up against and test our team's power. The never-ending adjustments to quality of life just keep on coming, and this time around, we're getting few exciting additions that probably should have been there since day one. And one of the changes that are going to make things easier will be the restart button for Spiral Abyss, so you will no longer need to leave the instance, and this is going to save a lot of time, especially for those who are attempting to clear the most challenging floors. Speaking of which, it also appears to be there's going to be a new option for players to lower their world levels, since there have been complaints that it becomes hard to progress through, and luckily, it doesn't seem to be it's going to have any negative impact, aside from the fact that your rewards will get adjusted to the current world level, which in some cases isn't the biggest deal breaker, but always make sure to check the reward structure after downgrading your world level, so you can figure out where to spend your resin most efficiently. And when it comes to resin itself, one small change, although pretty significant on our end, will be the additional condensed resins we will be able to carry, and it looks like we will be able to stock up even more of it, which is going to be extremely useful on Sundays, where you can farm for pretty much any Ascension material. You could also now toggle between cooking manually or automatically if you missed out on some achievements for undercooking your food. But to quickly summarize, the major theme of the update is the Windbloom Festival, where you will have many mini-games to participate in, one of which includes a friendship simulator, and best of all, you will also get to unlock and max refine a 4-star bow weapon. Then there's going to be a Hydro-related event where you can obtain a new special pet and fight the new Hydro boss. And most importantly, the new Rosaria character has been confirmed to be a 4-star character that's also going to be accompanied by the return of Venti and Child banners, along with some new and never-before-seen weapons. Finally, there's going to be a special boss fight against an Abyss Herald, but not much information has been shared yet, although we can expect to learn more about the mysterious Spiral Abyss. There's a lot of exciting news about Genshin's new update, and if there's any mistakes included, make sure to check the pinned comment, and depending on when you're watching this, there's probably going to be codes to redeem free Primo Gems, so it won't hurt you to check out the pinned comment. Also, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and gently press the like button. For more up-to-date news, follow us on Twitter, link in the description. Thank you for watching us, and see you in the next video.